Hey, busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica, and we have another collaboration for you. It's the Just Our Imagination collaboration hosted by Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY, as well as Kathy Joe with Kathy Joe DIY. And our co host this month is Carolyn with Craft Classy. The links to their channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist. So, on to project number one. We had to use ribbon spools. And so I had to unravel a bunch of ribbon. So now I have ribbon everywhere. And I took a little coaster that I got off of Amazon. It's a very thin little wood round. They have under coasters, but I just go ahead and glue the first ribbon spool to that one, and then another ribbon spool to the top of that one. And then that little white piece right there is actually from another project. It's a salt and pepper shaker that I used for a farmhouse DIY, and I didn't throw it away. So then I just go ahead and glue that to that ribbon spool, and then I glue that ribbon spool to the top of that little lid. And then I take a candy lid that I stole from my son. Not my husband this time. My son. I don't even think he realizes he's 15, almost 15, and he's just eating candy. And I guess it's just easier to get to it because he didn't ask me any about it. So, win for me. But I just take that and glue that to the top. Now, this monstrosity is going to get painted. So I go ahead and paint it with my Waverly chalk paint and Cashew. And then I got that napkin from the Dollar Tree. And I just go ahead and measure it out. And what I do is I decoupage that napkin to each part of the middle of the ribbon spools. And I go all the way up with it. And yeah, so now I'm going to make you watch me Mod Podge the whole thing, but not the entire project, just this little piece right here. So if you know how to Mod Podge, awesome. I'm pretty sure you guys all do. So go ahead and get yourself a snack. You only got a couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes, like a couple seconds. But yeah, so I just go ahead and go all the way around it. I did get matte Mod Podge, and when I finish doing the whole thing, I go ahead and on top of the napkin to just seal it all in, I did use the matte. I kind of like the way the matte looks, especially up against the chalk paint. Chalk paint is also matte, and it just looked good. After I showed my husband, this creation, he even says, "Ooh, it's antique exquisite." So I impressed him with my stuff that people just normally throw away in the trash. We made a very awesome project. So I go ahead and do that all the way up. So there it is all the way up. So now if you're wondering what I'm making, you'll see. So I go ahead and I take that brown macrame cord that I got off of Amazon, and I just go ahead and do the top and bottom of each ribbon spool with that macrame, seriously, macrame cord. And then there it is. We made candle holders out of things that normally people would just toss in the trash. So these are not going into the landfill. They're actually going into the bathroom. I do have little touches of orange in my bathroom. So let me know what you think about that project. I want to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers. I have new subscribers and as well as my old subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. Now on to project number 2. So the other thing that we're supposed to use is a gift bag. So I got that chicken. I was going to keep that chicken, but then it got wet and it was just terrible. So I go ahead and I paint the inside with my Waverly chalk paint and white. And then the outside, the frame, got Hello Hobby chalk paint and Cafe Noir. And then once again, I'm using that napkin that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I already Mod Podged it. And so what I'm just going to do is, reactivate the Mod Podge using my little mini press from Cricut and a parchment paper. And I'm just going to head and heating it all up. Now, getting the edges, the glue was still kind of wet. So me trying to cut it, it turned into a disaster. But we cover it up, and once again, my husband was very impressed. So there's the bag that I'm using. I used the glitter side, which was, there's still glitter everywhere. My husband likes to call it devil's dust. I'm beginning to agree with him, especially when it gets in your eyeball. It hurts, guys. So I just go ahead and cut up that bag. And then I cut the top off because we don't need the top. And then I just take some of I take some of my Mod Podge and I just go ahead and Mod Podge the bottom of it. Unfortunately, it was a little bit crooked, but I was able to fix that right away. And I'm not going to force you guys to watch me Mod Podge the entire bag, but you know, you get the gist of it. So I had to fix it there, and then, you know, of course, oh, look at, I'm Mod Podging again, yeah. And then you're not going to have to watch the whole thing. That's about it. So then I go ahead and take the same brown macrame cord that I used on the first project with the candle holders, and I just go around the edges of the frame to kind of hide the imperfections of the napkin, because some of it ripped, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I just go ahead and I do that all the way around, and then I start to go ahead, here's me finishing up the edge of the frame, and then I do the same thing around the bag itself. So I take the same brown macrame cord and then I just put a border around the bag, because, you know, it needs something. And with crafting, you kind of need to be a little bit extra. Sometimes, you know, you have to be extra. And so that's what I just do here. I go around there. I got those, so all this came from Dollar Tree except the picture itself with the chicken on it. That actually came from Hobby Lobby, but it was 2 years ago and it was in the markdown section. So I got that picture for only like $5. And then I just take some gray half pearls and I just put them in there to cover up the sack where the, you know, the handle is. And then there is like a defect right there. So I just go ahead and take some buttons that I got from Hobby Lobby as well. And I go ahead and place a light pink on opposite corners and a darker pink on the opposite corners as well. And of course I had to chop off the back of it because these are buttons from Hobby Lobby. I got those back in December and they were for a totally different project, but they came in handy here. So whoop whoop. So let me know what you think of my napkin gift bag picture. You were created to make a difference, and you guys need to understand that. You were created to make a difference, and you shine bright, okay? And keep that in mind. So go ahead and follow me on all of my social medias. The links to them will be in the description box below. And also, please subscribe. So we have a birthday this month. It is Brenda's birthday, and we were supposed to recreate something that she has done. So ever since she made this project right here, I really couldn't get it out of my head. So I actually made a special trip down to Dollar Tree to see if I can find everything that I needed for this project. So here's to you, Brenda. Have a happy birthday, and I hope it is as special as you are. So I go ahead. I actually did not need to get that board because I got that board last year from the Dollar Tree. And then here's another paper sack or a gift bag that I'm going to use. I'm only going to use the daisies. So cutting this out was time consuming because it's just the wreath that I'm using, the daisy wreath. And once again, it is glitter. So the sign that I'm using has glitter on it. I did not want to deal with that because I'm really tired of glitter in my eye right now. So there's that. So I painted that little plaque with my Cashew from Waverly, as well as the little birdhouses that I got from the Dollar Tree. The fronts of them, the little front is painted with my Cashew in Waverly, and then the birdhouses themselves is painted with Apple Barrel Tropic Orange. And then I go ahead and pre-Mod Podge everything, and then of course the roofs got painted with my Waverly chalk paint in white. And then those are pre-Mod Podged, and so I just go ahead and use that same napkin. I glue it down to the sign that still has the glitter on the back because I just did not want to deal with that right now. And so I have to cover the back. I have to do that a little bit later. And then I do the same thing to the birdhouses. I Mod Podge the little napkin on there. And I go all the way around. I'm not going to force you to just watch me do, or I'm not going to force you to watch me do both of them. Just the one. You know, because you guys know what you're doing. You guys, you know what you're doing, guys. So I just go ahead and take my little zip sander and I, you know, clean up the edges. I clean up the edges a little bit, and there you go. So then I got those words from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to be using Hello Friend. And so here's that little wreath from the paper bag or the gift bag that I cut out. I couldn't get all the blue out, and unfortunately I wish I had blue flowers to put in there to just try to tie everything together. I don't. So I just have to deal with it. And then I just go ahead and take the painted Hello Friend in the wood cutouts, and I just go ahead and glue them in the center of that, yeah, in the center of that little wreath thing. So I did use the glittery side on this one too. That's why I'm just done with glitter and I don't want to deal with it anymore. And then I take a little chippy brush and I take off all of the little glue webs. And then I go ahead and use my Gorilla Glue, wood glue, and then I use my Gorilla hot glue as well. And I go ahead and tack them down or glue them down to this board. Yeah. There we go. And I go ahead and do the same one to the next. Or the same thing to the next. And there you go. So now, once again, cleaning up all the little glue strings. Now, that ribbon that I'm about to put on there, well, I have to drill the holes first because the long board did not have holes drilled, but the small plaque did. So I just use that as a template, and I just go ahead and poke it all the way through. And even though it's hanging off a little bit off the sides, it lines up perfectly with it. So the ribbon that I'm using is actually from the first bag, the creation bag. You know, you were created to make a difference, that bag. So I just go ahead and take some leftover floral foam, stuff it in there, and I'm using those picks that I got from Michael's. They were 99 cents. And so, yeah, I mean, I went crazy. I have purple ones over here too, but they don't match with this. So I just use the white, the orange, and the yellow. And I just go ahead and put them in there. But see, now we're not done because I'm sitting there going, okay, it looks pretty good. Brenda put little ribbon, like shoestring bows on hers. I didn't. This is inspired by her creation, and so we have to make it a little bit different. We have to make it our own, right? So I just take that ribbon that I got from my aunt a while back, and I just go around the front of the two birdhouses, and then I also put it across the bottom, or no, not the bottom. Guys, not the bottom. I put it across the top right under the other plaque that has the daisies on it. I really wish I had daisies, but I don't. So I just had to improvise. Yeah. And then, I'm going to make you watch me glue this down. And then here's where we go ahead and put that ribbon across there. See, it's a Dollar Tree plaque that I got last year. I am going to have to cover the back of it because I do want the projects looking a little bit more finished. But yeah, I like the way this turned out. Like I said, the moment that she did it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And when Kathy Jo says, create something in honor of Brenda's birthday, I knew exactly what I was going to do because it was just, hers was absolutely gorgeous. And so here they side by side. Hers is on the left, mine is on the right, of course. And let me know what you think. Again, happy birthday, Brenda, and I hope it was a great one. Here is the final review of everything we have. So there's the everything we have. The ribbon spool candle holders, the paper bag picture that has a very amazing quote on it, as well as in honor of Brenda, the recreation of hers that I recreated, or the creation of hers that I recreated. Again, I want to thank the host for having me on this playlist, Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY, Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo DIY, and of course, congratulations to Carolyn with Craft Classy. She made an amazing, it was a little record player. It was gorgeous. Again, thank you so much for all of you guys for watching, clicking on this channel. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, June 12th. We are so close. You guys are absolutely amazing. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until I see you on the next one, God bless you. Bye.